Hi everyone, Emma here. I wanted to show you what I've been doing with the heishi beads. So the last video I did was the first time I ever worked with heishi beads. I was away at the cottage, at a friend's cottage for the day, and had one of these bracelets, I think it was this one, with me, and got a ton of compliments on it. So I started to think about the color scheme of this, and it really reminds me of the 70s color, but it also it's kind of like the light yellow against your skin, and then the browns when you have a tan really makes it look beachy. So that's what I tried to do. So today I went ahead and played with the different colors to kind of recreate this really summer beachy feel to the bracelets. And try not to get too much of a pattern going. Just add the colors and let the colors be what the bracelet's all about. One of the things that I did have problems with was stringing these heishi beads on the stretch cord. And I was thinking about the needle that Brittany had from Turquoise Street. So I thought, rather than make a trip to Michael's to get one of those needles, I figured I could create one myself. And especially for bracelets, I really don't need a big needle. So I took some 18 gauge wire. Let me see if I can bring it up a bit. Yeah, so I took a piece of 18 gauge. I probably could have gone a bit longer, but with this, it ended up I would do 2 lengths of this would create one bracelet for my wrist. And actually I made it a bit bigger so that it would fit a 7-inch wrist as well. So I just cut a piece, I created a loop at one end, and then I bent over the end to create this. Now there's a slight little opening, and I'll get some stretch cord to show you how you use these is you put all your beads onto this, and this round piece stops it from falling off. And then once you have all of them, even all the way up to here, then you take your stretch cord and you stick it in the needle. You kind of hook it on that little piece there. Something like this, and pull it tight. So then it sticks out. And this is super soft stuff, which is not a big deal. Just, move it back into shape. But this is how easy it is to string. You can string it right on from the cord. So I have my stopper on this piece. That was the other thing. I wasn't using a stopper, and the beads were going everywhere. I really appreciate everybody's so patient. Nobody's like, what are you doing? So anyway, yeah, you have we'll take that off. So you have your stuff there. Say you want like this section here. Let me go out a bit. So you want this section here to be your highlighted section. Just take your needle and slide it in, pull it off. Then you go to your next color section. Let's get another color. This peach color here. So you get your peach, move that aside. So now you have this on there, and you just stick that in. Stick your needle in and kind of guide your needle through. And let's get there, and then you just, there you go. So there's one, we could actually make a bracelet. Why don't we go ahead and do that right now? I have the clippers right here. I'll just clip this one off. Yeah, so we'll just pull that off. Okay, Now I can go ahead and add another section of these orange. I won't go all the way, because this strand I found had two different color schemes going on, so I didn't really care for it too much. I mean, it's super cool, this section here, these fluorescent colors with a bit of teal blue and some grays. But then it turns, so let's take that piece off. So there's what we want for that bracelet. Then it starts going into these greens and dark browns. So if you look through, so there, I would go back over to this section where there's more fluorescent. So we'll do that for the next round. So now your needle is almost full. So I'm going to go ahead and take my stretch cord and stretch it out a bit. Hook it on. Like that. And just pull it through. And I did these for all of these bracelets over here and didn't have any problems. I was expecting the cord to pop off this needle, but it didn't. So then just pull it off, and always remember that you're going to cut this piece off, because you can kind of see where the metal has damaged the cord, and that would break if you stretched it too much. So now we have that piece. We want to go ahead and add some orange. Let me think. Now you have to remember what pattern you want for that, because when you slide it on your needle, the last thing you put on your needle is the first thing that goes on the bracelet. Let me show you here. Let me move this without knocking them all off. Okay, so here's your bracelet. The next color I want is this peachy color. But if I go and string peach onto my needle, it will end up being the last thing on my cord. So you have to remember it's always backwards. So we want some of these colors, that match. So these fluorescent oranges. So I think I might just, let's go to here. I think take this teal off. So we'll have to deal with those other ones later. Okay, so let's go. Might add a little more to that. So just want to make sure you can see what I'm doing. I keep moving closer to myself. Okay, that looks good. Now it's a little more than what I have there, but I could always add some. Let me think about that, because I have some there. Yeah, maybe I should break this up to about here. So let's move these off. Yeah, make it shorter. And maybe to about there. Okay, like that. Yep, that's good. Okay, put that to the end. And now we're going to go and we're going to grab a whole section. Let's see what we have. So about there maybe. There, simple. So I'm going to measure it against my other bracelet to make sure that I have enough. Oh yeah, that should be plenty. So now I'm going to take the end of my stretch cord that already has the bracelet on, and I am going to hook it on again. That. just like that, and then we just pull that on, just like that. Just kind of move it around and move it on, and then take this off. There you go. That's super simple. And then you've got this gorgeous, beautiful. I'm gonna test it on my wrist to make sure. Now, this is gonna be this. These colors are longer. I was kind of hoping to get them interspersed, but you know what? That's fine. Again, it's just like quick and fun and nice colors. Not to stress too much about the patterns. And that's where I fall down, because I go right back to patterns constantly. So I have to just remember it's supposed to be fun. My wife says that all the time when I get stressed out. She's like, Emma, it's supposed to be fun. It is, but it's frustrating. And I'm doing a surgeon's knot. And pull it tight, and then I hang on to those strands and pull the other way. Now, the other thing that I noticed with these stretch bracelets with the heishi beads is you can't leave too long a tail, because otherwise it stops the bracelet. So like it'll stop it like this and the knot will be showing through. Now when you have it on your wrist, it probably doesn't show it. But so I make sure they're tight, and then I cut it super close. And I haven't had any, so like that. I haven't had any come apart yet. So, and I add a bit of glue just to the knot. That's it. I even, you know what, those strands might be still long. Let me check when I... Oh, yay, glue everywhere. Okay. So yeah, I don't know if you can see that. Let me pull this out. You can see those little doohickeys sticking out. So those will prevent the bead from going over top, and they get kind of pokey, so let's cut them down a little bit more. There, that should do it. And then it just, there, should be good. There you go. Sweet. Okay, so the other thing, let me tie these guys up in a knot so we don't get them going everywhere, and those are tied. So what I wanted to do is show you the rest of the bracelets that I made today. Where's this tied off or not? Let me make sure I've got all of them, because that's what happened the other day is I started moving them around and they were just flying everywhere. Okay, so that's the needle. Super easy to make. Just fold it and put a loop at the end. And so yeah, I'm gonna put a I have 3 that don't have a... I have these wonderful tiny little charms. You can see how small they are. Here's my baby finger, and it's that tiny. So it's really nice for these bracelets. So I'll go ahead and put it on that one, I think. Let's get a jump ring. So these are super inexpensive, and you can make them. Let's put it here, I think. Make them with the kids, like, and then they have, you know, summer's almost over and they're back to school. It's nice to have something to remember the summer by, something really beachy feeling. So this would be really, really nice to make with the kids. there. There you go. So there's that one. Really pretty. Then there's this one here. These fluorescent colors with the browns are super nice. Really, they really bring out your tan. And I wore mine for the day and a half that I was away, and played with it and stretched it and did all kinds of stuff with it, and it never fell apart. So, and the beads didn't break. I was worried they were going to break. So then I have this really nice one with this pattern, some browns and oranges, and then a blue in the middle, and this pale yellow. Again, it's really beautiful. And then I made this one, which is, you know, with the blue patterns, and then some white and some pale blue, and this beautiful surf wave charm. And I got those charms. I got these on Etsy, and they were super cheap. There's a Canadian seller on Etsy that most of what she sells is charms, and the prices are great, but I've since seen them on AliExpress. So, and there's this color. So this is supposed to be turquoise and red with some kind of rainbow colors, but I used the colors I had, so it gives you a bit of that feel, but I think it would be nicer if there was some orange next to the red, but it's still beautiful. And then there's this color scheme again. So the kind of peach, and then a light peach with these browns and blues and grays, and the beautiful charm. And then this color, I tried to create a specific pattern. So the pale yellow with the browns and some grays in there. And then this one, did this pattern. I don't know if I like it that much. Yeah, it just, I don't know, if I feel like it needs something, maybe a charm. And then I tried this. So these were the beads that I got at Walmart in their kind of little, they have these little bags with multiple different beads, and they were like $2 a bag. And then this is a silver plated sand dollar, and I put it on this kind of peachy color. And I wanted to show you the other bracelets that I worked on the last couple of days, in case you're wondering what I was up to. So I've been talking about this macrame bracelet for a while now, and I ordered a bunch of cotton wax cord from AliExpress and BB Craft. So I wanted to recreate this bracelet, and I managed to do this one. So I did a tutorial on this one, and that's how that one turned out, with a really awesome blue color, and really matched these beads. Then I got these buttons from AliExpress. They are so cool. So this one I didn't polish. It's kind of like, has like an antique silver look to it. It's kind of faded, I guess. And then these beautiful Amazonite beads, and with the kind of pale green cord, and that turned out super nice. And you can see it comes apart like that, and there's the back of the button, and just put it together, and it's super easy. So if you want a very detailed tutorial, I will definitely do that. And last but not least, this one. So I've got these beads, they're check glass beads, and I got them a while ago to make some garden bracelets. And as soon as I started doing this yellow waxed cord, I thought, oh my goodness, I have the beads that would go perfectly with this. So it turned out so nice, so beautiful, with this gorgeous button that has the tiny little flower that looks like the flower in the And these check glass beads, they have these in so many different colors. I think they call them Hawaiian flowers, and they're table cut. So each side of them are cut to expose the yellow glass part of it. They're just, let me see if I can bring it up close. They're just so gorgeous. Yeah. So they have some of these that are like blues, and I think some pink and stuff like that. So I have to look. The blue and pink ones are a newer style of these beads. So they're super expensive, like 12 of them for $5 or something crazy like that. So I wanted to wait till the price got cheaper, but you know what? I may end up buying some because to make these bracelets, they're just gorgeous. So yeah, that's the bracelets that I made. There we go. Yeah. So thank you so much for joining me, and let me know what you think. If you have any ideas for color patterns or whatever, I'm going to continue with some of the macrame ones. I'd like to, like, I have about 8 different colors of the cotton wax cord that I got from AliExpress. So I want to go ahead and do one of each color and then add the beads. And yeah, and use up the heishi beads too and make a bunch of really summery fun bracelets. So thanks again, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.